He woke just before the sun rose on the 6th day. Robert wandered the halls of Tagor's Spear while the world continued to sleep. He came upon a painting whose tail was that of another bird. The great bird was lost at sea, and everywhere he flew, he could not find his way back home. So he flapped his wings for miles and miles, but no matter how far he travelled, all he saw was water. The lonely bird called out to his friends, but his cries fell on deaf ears. The feathered creature began to lose hope, thinking that he would never find his home and never see his friends. Fearing this, the bird flew as high as he could, climbing the sky until he saw the bends of the earth. As he looked around the great blue heaven, all he saw was the sea below. In desperation, the bird gave a mighty shriek, hoping someone would hear him. But still, no one came to his cries. His wings began to grow tired, for he had been flying day and night. The bird's wings could no longer move the air, and he came falling towards the deep blue sea. As his body hit the water, a monstrous beast consumed him. Inside the massive creature, the bird perished into ashes, as the beast that swallowed him was Leviathan. 3 suns rose, and on the 3rd day the great monster roared thunderously. Fire poured from the creature's mouth like a volcano bursting in anger. From the fire of Leviathan came a bird with feathers the colour red, orange, and crimson. Its wings were that of flames, and the bird that had died within the beast was born again. The fowl gave a piercing scream, and all who lived in the world heard its cry. The bird of fire flew day and night once more, but he was no longer lost, for the flames on his wings would always light the way home. As the story ended, Robert saw that the tunnel he had been walking in led him to Leviathan Falls. Sitting under the waterfall was Sinan, with Idas in his arms. "I was wondering when you would wake," he said to Robert. "I didn't think anyone was up. How did the child sleep?" Robert asked. "He slept as a babe should. Hardly at all," Sinan joked. He placed the boy in Robert's arms. Idas fussed briefly and then quietly fell back to sleep. Robert told Sinan how he found the boy, as he did with Iscariot, and how he decided he was going to raise the child as his own. "I agree with you, Robert. You should care for the boy. You found him for a reason. What that reason is, I do not know, but nothing is coincidence. There is only choice and purpose. You have made your choice, and now you must wait to see what the purpose of the choice is. Your actions are truly noble, Robert. I can only see goodness in your decision to raise the boy. With honorable deeds, there are noble outcomes." "I can only hope that you are right, Absol," Robert said. "There are many symbolic meanings in the ceremony of Braith Duppa. For example, the Wisgabitha means river of life. This is why people of our religion come here to baptize their children in this water. The Bilach River that you took to Wisgabitha, well, that literally means the way. The ceremony's name itself means fast until birth. With all its symbolism, there is real meaning to what we practice. It is not only a sacrifice you make for your children and wife, but a lesson for the man you are and a lesson for the man you need to be. You have come across something unique in this journey. After these past 6 days, at least to me, it seems you have become the man you need to be. But enough of my old man thoughts. Come, let's get back inside. You and your brother should be leaving soon. I'm sure your wives want you home. Singal is such a beautiful day, for it is the bond and the last day of the ceremony." "Thank you, Absol. I will meditate on all I have seen and all I've experienced these past few days." Robert spoke humbly. Daylight came. Iscariot finally woke from his slumber and entered the small kitchen nestled underground at the west end of the church. Robert greeted him. "Good morning, Isk. I'm glad you could join us this morning." Iscariot grunted, too tired to say anything. He grabbed the pot of coffee that was sitting on the rustic wooden countertop and poured himself a cup. He took a sip. "Sorry, my brain doesn't work in the morning without coffee." "Sometimes I wonder if it works at all," Robert jested. "Funny. I could say the same about you." The two laughed at their childish bickering. "Are we leaving soon?" Iscariot asked. I'm waiting on you, Isk, Robert answered.
Naturally. Give me a few minutes. I think the coffee's working,
he told Robert as he exited the kitchen. Robert lightly chuckled at his remark and headed upstairs to the sanctuary to wait for his brother. It wasn't long before Iscariot had rejoined him. They walked outside the chapel where their horses and sleigh awaited them. The sky was stark blue with small wisps of cloud scattered throughout. The air felt like a spring day rather than a frigid winter morning. Sinan hugged them both and spoke to each of them.
Robert, as you know, and Iscariot as you now know, Bryth Tapa is about dedication, sacrifice, and faith. In fatherhood, it is no longer about the self. Instead, everything you do because you are dedicated to your child, their dreams, their future, their success. Through dedication comes sacrifice. This does not mean you have to give up the things you love. Rather, you will someday be given a choice where you must willingly surrender or destroy something you desire for the sake of your child, and know that in the end, it is in their best interest. In this there is faith, for we do not always know if what we sacrifice will benefit our children. I can only tell you to trust in yourself and trust in our God, and see that in faith your sacrifice is rewarded. I wish you both a safe journey home.
Slan liat, Apsel, and thank you. Robert hugged Sinan once more and boarded the sleigh. He whistled to Amsterdam and Beauty, waved goodbye to Sinan, and soon the chapel was nothing more than a speck in the distance. The night stole the light from the day, and then the morning took it back. It was the 7th and final day of Bryth Tapa. Both Robert and Iscariot were exhausted and famished from the week-long ceremony.
Singal is upon us, the last day of Bryth Tapa, Iscariot said in delight. I cannot wait to be home to see my wife and baby boy, to have a full belly, a cold pint, and a warm bed.
I think you've quite the makings of a song there, Isk. What do you think your little boy will look like? Robert asked.
God, I hope he looks like his mother.
She has all the best features, his brother replied.
Ain't that the truth, he said to Iscariot.
God only knows how you got her to marry you.
Charm, my brother, and some luck,
Iscariot smiled.
We can't all be future kings like you, Robert.
Only God can name a king. I pray he doesn't choose me when the Hoba brings its gift upon our land, Robert said. The brothers continued talking about their wives, their children, and how great it felt to be back home. They reminisced on the last 6 days, from the field of flowers and thunder beast, and the roaring stars that painted the sky, to the majesty of Wisgabitha and the discovery of a little baby boy.